Will Myles Lewis-Skelly be joining Real Madrid in the future? That is the question that's on every Real Madrid fan's mind at the moment, with all the online information appearing, and including Fabrizio Romano, who has quoted that Real Madrid are looking into the end of contract for Lewis-Skelly. Now, I think this will be a great signing if we could ever make it in the future. I think he's one of the most talented left backs in the world. We saw him absolutely dismantle Real Madrid. They couldn't get past him in the Champions League. It was that serious. He was on point every single minute of the game. And this is the kind of left back we need. A young, hungry left back that is going to be a future prospect for Real Madrid. And we're seeing a theme here of young players joining Real Madrid. Obviously, with the experienced heads there already, that's fine. But we need young, hungry players. And Myles Lewis-Skelly, of course, can be in that mixer as well, because his talent for his age in that position there is unprecedented. There are not many left backs in the world at his age who can deliver the same amount of services that he could for Real Madrid in the future. Obviously, we've been looking at Carreras. We know really good left backs around the world like Nuno Mendes. So this is obviously the way that Real Madrid need to go. We need to be looking at the next potential world-beating left back, a player that can also offer an attack, but also world defensive left back as well, a player that can offer so much in defense. And when you have somebody who's as balanced as Myles Lewis-Skelly in defense and attack, and also has really good physicality to him, really good pace, really good touch in terms of how he controls the ball, how he moves it, and we've seen him under this Arteta side really flourish into his role, obviously replacing absolute, let's say, horrible players like Zinchenko. Absolutely horrid player he is. But Myles Lewis-Skelly is the next level. He is a very good left back, and I can see him doing very well in a Real Madrid shirt. But obviously, it's not going to be anytime soon. I don't think so. I think this whole Real Madrid plan is waiting until contract finishes and then trying to then go in for the kill. That is essentially what Real Madrid are trying to do, where they look for the contract and then they say, okay, cool, now it's time to just recruit. And that's it. That's all we're doing, essentially. And we've done it with Trent, obviously waiting for his contract to dwindle down completely before we go, okay, cool, free. Obviously the 10 million, obviously, for him to pay in the FIFA Club World Cup, but essentially it isn't a free. So that is how it is. And I think Real Madrid are doing good business around this. They're minimizing the amount of expenditure that they occur in terms of how they're buying players and how they're going to obviously recruit players in the future. Obviously, Mastantuono is a different case altogether because we just needed to get him. But Lewis-Skelly is, such a bright prospect and an absolute potential world-class left back. I use that term not loosely at all, because I see potential in this guy, very much, a lot of potential. And if he was to ever play in a Real Madrid shirt, then I could see players like Yamal having difficulty against someone like Lewis-Skelly, because he's physical. He's got very good reaction time. When you see him and how he jockeys, how he moves, how he's facing a defender, he knows his positioning, he knows where he's going to go, he knows how to react in certain moments. That is what we want to see from a left back. Not Mendy's styling where he's just, let's just call it as it is, pretty much a centre-back playing left-back. And you see Vasquez absolutely atrocious on the other side. Carvajal is pretty much the only really good defensive wing-back, right-back, left-back that we had. So honestly, there's so much potential in this kid. I think he can do a lot of wonders. And when you have somebody who can offer an attack as well, then you know what? Lewis-Skelly is a guy that I would love to see, because if he's there, and we saw him how he absolutely dominated the football against Real Madrid in the Champions League. He was one of the most outstanding players across both legs. Not out of his depth, not in the moment kind of situation where he's just living up to expectations in that specific case. No, he's been playing really well throughout the whole Premier League season, throughout the whole Champions League campaign that Arsenal had, and he is an absolute certified player that could, like I said before, become potentially world class. Now it's up to, obviously, the team, Real Madrid team, obviously Xabi Alonso as a manager, to really keep feeding it in there. Can we go for someone like Lewis-Skelly? If not, who else is out there? So that is obviously the case with Lewis-Skelly, and we need to really see where he adapts and where he evolves into this Arsenal squad at the moment. He's not going to come to Real Madrid anytime soon, but I really want to see him do well at this Premier League season, because if he does, then there's a lot of big clubs out there, and that includes obviously Real Madrid, that would have an eye out for this kid. Honestly, an eye out, and really just make it known to the world that we want to go for this guy. If we can, then it will be just such a massive improvement to the squad, and hopefully we can, go in for that. But for me, I just look at the team at the moment saying all we need is, let's say, a left back. That is it. When you look at it on paper, that's all we need. Obviously, Carreras, Real Madrid bargaining here and there, and they've said that obviously the price tag is maybe a bit too high. Can we maybe drop it down a little bit? So if we don't go for Carreras, then if we go for Lewis-Skelly in the future, so be it. Obviously, Fran Garcia is there, and Fran Garcia is decent. He's a decent left wing back if we're going to play a three at the back. But as a solid left back, I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's good enough to play in a back four. He's quick, pacey, agile, but defensively he does lack. He does lack. And I see him not offering too much in that regard. But Lewis-Skelly is different. He offers both in the defensive end and the attacking end. So that's the kind of guy that we need to go for. But guys, obviously, really excited about this news. I hope that there is some actual truth to it. If Fabrizio Romano's coming out and saying it, then there probably potentially is some truth to it. But obviously, at the end of the day, it's all fugazi. It's all up in the air. It's all, this and that, chat here and there. That's all we can say, really, at the moment. But guys, take care. Obviously, we've got the podcast coming up today with obviously Football Carnage Will, and it will be just a preview into the FIFA Club World Cup. I think this is going to be a major tournament for Real Madrid. Obviously, Xabi Alonso's first time taking over the team in terms of football and bringing his ideology to the pitch. So hopefully we can do really well there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, obviously, to this video and obviously the channel, and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on Lewis-Skelly. Will he be a great addition to Real Madrid, and can we see him in the future sometime in obviously a Madridista shirt? Let's see, guys. Take care. Adios a la Madrid, nada más, and we'll see you next time. Take care.